If you're constantly ripping through your fake skin like this video is for you. I'm not sure if you can tell from this angle, but if you take a look right here, you can see that the thickness of this fake skin is pretty darn thick. So if we are still getting these sort of results, even getting close to these results to where we can see them on the backside, we're still doing it wrong. I just want to confirm that this should not happen ever when we are tattooing. If this does happen to you or is happening to you, I have no idea what to tell you. I'm joking. In this video, I'm going to share with you how I go about resolving these issues, and I can almost guarantee that it may not be what you think. Let's be honest, when we first started, most of us here watching this video thought more pressure equals more saturation. The more that I drive that needle into the skin, the more solid my lines are going to be. Yeah, bro. I'm sure a lot of us thought like this. I sure did, especially the earlier days. Now, that is directly the opposite of where we want to be thinking. Our headspace shouldn't be there. Another thing that I thought was the higher the voltage, the more darker that my lines are going to be. Also wrong. That's definitely wrong. I thought that getting different angles that were better for the line at hand, wrong. All of it was wrong. Basically everything that I thought at the beginning, especially in the early days, was all wrong. I did everything the exact opposite. I feel like there's no way around the progress but through it. Believe it or not, the answers lie within the exact opposite spectrum of where we're currently thinking. So let's say we're running a high voltage and we're getting chewed up skin, stop doing that. Let's say you're applying a lot of pressure to get saturated lines and you're not, stop doing that. Anything that you're doing and it's yielding bad results, just simply stop doing it and start doing what I'm about to share with you here. So the logic that I want you to adopt into your new workflow would be this. Let's use a 3.5 millimeter stroke or above. Let's start here. This is going to be a 4.2 millimeter stroke. This is the MusoToku Mercury M1 tattoo machine, which is probably my favorite tattoo machine. This is going to be a 4.2 millimeter stroke, which hits really hard. Now, if you're using a 3.5, you're going to have to adjust your settings to accommodate for the rounds per second that your needle is going to be making versus mine. The reason why you want to higher up your voltage if you're using a lower stroke is because it's hitting a little bit softer versus a 4.2. So that is the gist of that. Pay attention to your stroke. If you're using a 3.5, adjust in correspondence to your machine here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to turn my machine on. At 7 volts, that sounds too high for me. So I'm going to take it down to about 6 volts. Right around there. That sounds better. So I'm going to pay attention to the voltage that I'm using first and foremost. This feels natural. This feels comfortable. My machine is not screaming at me. Off the bat, I'm paying attention to my voltage. The next thing that I'm going to want to pay attention to is the depth of my needle. I don't need my needle hanging out too far. I don't need it too in either. I don't want to ride the tube, and I also don't want my needle to have trouble drawing in ink to give me, I need consistent ink flow. So I want to find a good medium. Paying attention to my voltage, to my needle depth. I'm going to get some ink here, and I'm going to pay attention to a list of multiple variables that are moving in one component. Okay, basically what I'm trying to say is there are multiple things that we have to do in conjunction with one another to get the final outcome. So if you're doing one thing but not focused on another, there's no way that you're going to get clean, solid, consistent, saturated results, and you're probably going to keep ripping through skin. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get comfortable. I'm going to prioritize my posture and my position so that way when I commit to the skin, I'm not over here doing any of this stuff. Now, second, once I get comfortable, I'm going to identify my point A and B. It doesn't really matter which one you do first. You can identify A and B and then get comfortable, but that's the idea. You want to prioritize your knowing of the stroke you're using, pick a comfortable voltage that actually reflects the application that you're needing, and then from here, prioritize your comfort, your posture, and then you're going to want to identify point A to B. Once you do that, from here, any theory that you had before, get rid of it. If you felt like more pressure equated to more saturation, it doesn't. If you felt like going slower with a higher voltage is going to get you darker lines, it probably won't. This is what's going to happen here is, for this, what you want to do is, once you align your voltage, your needle depth, and you get comfortable and you identify your A and B, what you're going to want to do is just this. Go over the area and then just lightly graze the skin with your needle. I want you to move slowly, and I want you to think about the needle and how much time it actually needs to work. Keep in mind, we're just grazing the top layer of the skin. We're not driving the needle into it like we normally would be. Now, we're not going to get solid, consistent, saturated lines just yet. The idea of this is to give you the information that you need. You're going to see how your needle works. This is going to give you a good example of how your needle is actually depositing ink into the skin. This information is what you need to proceed. You got to understand how your needle is depositing ink into the skin. There's really no way around that. I talk about this extensively in my Fundamental Tattoo book, which is available on Amazon. So if you're wanting to check that out, you could check out that book. But you can see that I gave my needle a little bit more time. Even grazing the skin, I was able to accomplish some sort of saturation. So, and keep in mind, I'm not focused on needle depth at all. All I'm doing is just lightly grazing the top layer of the skin. I'm allowing my needle to make enough rounds before I drag on to the next part. You can see that my angle is reflecting that of the line weight. So if you pay attention here and look what I'm doing, this way is this is how I am depositing my line. The reason why I am depositing with my needle going straight up and down like this is so that way all of the needles, which is going to be 7 needles right here, this is a 7-round liner, I need them to hit at one time. That's what's going to give me that consistency throughout the entire tattoo, is paying attention to the needle line weight that I am using. If I keep pressing down harder in some areas are going to have heavier line weights over others. However, if you practice just grazing the top layer of the skin and giving the needle enough time to make rounds to deposit, you are going to see that in fact you don't need nearly as much pressure as you thought. You don't need to move as slow or as fast as you thought. You're going to see how the needle deposits, and it's going to allow you to naturally adjust so that way you get optimal results. I feel like that's really the ticket. That's what a lot of us overlook, especially in the earlier days. Allow me to show you yet again here. So again, I identify A and B, posture, position. What I'm going to do is I'm going to not focus on pressure. I'm just going to graze the top layer of the skin and then just let my needle make rounds to deposit the ink. I'm letting all 7 hit at one time. I could feel the needle breaking the skin, but in a good way, in the way that I need. If I wipe away, you're going to see that that line is there to stay. I don't need to go back over it. It is done. I'm not applying an immense amount of pressure. If I were applying a lot of pressure, it would look a little something like this. And you can hear it. It's just a tremendous difference from night and day. You can see this is much heavier in line weight. This one's reflecting the actual 7-round liner that I'm using. So it really is not about how hard you are pressing into the skin, not even a little bit. What it is more about is how long you give your needle to work. If you're giving it enough time, is your angle correct? Those two have to align together so you can kind of see that comfortability aligns with identifying A to B. A to B aligns with depositing the ink in a clean, solid, consistent, saturated manner. And then the angle aligns with our consistency, because if we're not depositing in a correct angle, then we're not going to get clean results. And the adversities that we experience with bad angles is, let's say if you're angling your needle incorrectly, all of your line weights are going to be off. You can use the same exact needle for the entire tattoo. Some are just going to look thicker over others. Example, if I were to go right here and change my angle to this, which makes absolutely no sense, you're going to see that my quality instantly declines, but also the line weight is dramatically different. That looks more like a round shader than anything. So angle is also important. Going back to what I said at the beginning, there are multiple moving components that we need to align each and every single time that we tattoo, whether it's a small line, a dot, it does not matter. We need to align these fundamentals to yield optimal, clean quality, saturated results. So I assure you, it's not really a matter of skill, it's more a matter of putting time into the right areas. And again, I do elaborate more on this and give you exercises to work on this within my tattoo book called the Fundamental Tattoo Handbook, which is now available on Amazon and Barnes & Noble. One last time before we close out this video here, you can see that I'm not going to drive the needle into the skin. I'm just going to use the very tip top of the needle. I'm going to give it enough time to make its rounds to deposit the ink in a clean, solid, consistent manner, while letting all 7 needles hit at once. I identified point A to B, prioritized my posture, my position, my comfortability, and here I am right now. You can kind of see that it came out clean, solid, and it's reflecting the line weight that I chose to use. This is the process. These are key fundamentals that we will often, as a beginner, just simply overlook. Now, that will be it for this one. I do hope that you can take something from this video and apply it to your workflow. If you found this video helpful, consider giving it a thumbs up, as I would greatly appreciate your support. If you want, please consider subscribing to my channel as well, as I will be bringing more videos like this for you all, along with some audio videos of me developing my audio plugins and more cool stuff like that. But all things audio, all things tattooing, I appreciate you. Once again, if you have any questions, please drop them down below. I appreciate you, your time, and your support. Thank you very much for watching. Have a great day.